I will start out with my standard ratchet. Hello everybody and welcome to day 104 of my Jaguar S-Type restoration. I haven't given up on the rear subframe bearings yet. Last week's delivery should get the ball rolling, so let's open this up together. I was desperately searching for original Jaguar workshop equipment for some time and finally came across the listings of a German company. I acquired 4 of their items. 3 of those should be part of the rear subframe rear bearing removal tool. That's one of those, and also the most essential. That's the pressure plate I would have needed inside the press last time. One more pressure plate, but I think this belongs to the rear subframe front bearings. And here's the final part. The rear subframe rear bearing removal tool consists of. All those parts were listed as pre-owned, but it seems they've never been used and are still in their original packaging. This one even contains a roller bearing. I just have to figure out how this is assembled, because I guess the roller bearing is on the wrong side. I hope my sockets are big enough. Yeah, actually this one is. It's 32 millimeters. It's all new, but it needs lubrication, I guess. It makes sense this way or that way. I was now lubricating the threads with little WD-40. Inside the bearing I will use transmission fluid. Also, not to damage the tools, I will now clean up the seat linker as well. That's the untreated bearing, by the way. You may remember that I cut off this part on the opposite side. There's rust on the inner portion. This wouldn't be a problem per se, but an uneven surface could have caused damage on the tool. It hadn't been necessary to remove the bolts entirely. This unnecessary shape of the bearing at the same time prevents this assembly from dropping down. Okay, this custom pressure plate of course fits perfectly. On the other hand, I could simply cut off those rubber extensions. I guess the threads should be situated here on the outside. So that's now centered. I will start out with my standard ratchet. And actually it's moving. As you can see, those rear bearings are rubber coated on the outside, so it wasn't a good idea to apply heat as I did last time. Voila. So here's our rear subframe, rear bearing, and it seems I haven't been the first one dealing with those bearings. For the purpose of reinstallation, I have to keep in mind that the orientation of those bearings was square to the car. So let's attempt this side as well. Unfortunately, the counter assembly will not hold in place by itself because I was removing the lip to get this bearing installed into my hydraulic press last time. So I have to hold this in place while installing the pressure plate. Unfortunately, the inside of this bearing was quite nasty. Brake cleaner is the only way. So let's get started. It's fun to work with proper tools. On the other hand, it's sad that this whole engineering has no purpose besides making it impossible to work with standard equipment. And here we go. There's quite some friction going on here inside. That's warmed up quite a little bit. Voila! And here's bearing number 2. This portion has been touched up with paint already, so one more proof that those bearings haven't changed the first time. Unlike last time, there's at least been a little progress today. Next week I will try to use this plate, which is the only component of the rear subframe front bearing removal tool I could acquire so far, inside my hydraulic press. If you enjoyed this video, you may want to give it a thumbs up or even subscribe to my channel. See you back next time. Goodbye.